Ask Museum Council Executive Director Bob Lehman about Museum Month, and he sums it up this way.
A lot of fun, that's what it's about.
Of course, it's also about learning, seeing, and experiencing new things, or old things in new ways. Museum Month started 39 years ago to make museums more accessible, more affordable for locals and visitors alike. All participating museums and cultural institutions across the county are offering half-off admission for the next 28 days.
Go to any library, pick up your museum pass. You can see a list of all the museums right there.
There are 15 new museums participating this year. That makes 60 in all. When it comes to the amount of museums in one place, Balboa Park is the place, with 17 in all, including some of the best known, like the San Diego Museum of Art. That leaves dozens of other museums that are not in the park, like this one, the Brain Observatory. It's new, and it is a museum like no other. Located on Broadway, right across the street from Santa Fe Depot, the observatory is the brainchild of Jacopo Annese. For most of his career, Annese was a professor in residence at UC San Diego and the president and CEO for the Institute for Brain and Society. He says the idea of this combination brain research lab and art gallery is to bring brain and society closer together.
I felt like I was in the university setting working behind closed doors, and I personally felt there was a lot of beauty and mystique in the work that we were doing because we work with real brains.
The observatory just opened, and Annese says it's still a work in progress, but several brains are already here, brains donated by people whose life stories are well known to Annese.
Donated by people who had maybe a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson. My specialty is brain imaging.
Annese says most imaging work is an attempt to understand the characteristics of disease, how it manifests, how it progresses. But that work is typically done by researchers who don't have any idea about the details of a brain donor's life. Annese says putting those images together with a person's life story can lead to a clearer picture of the disease, and perhaps, one day, to a cure. Now, at this point, you might be asking yourself, what exactly is the connection between brains and art?
There's two kinds of art when it comes to brain. There is neuroart, so-called neuroart, which is making art out of brain images, which we have on our north wall. And then there is the imagining. So going from imaging to imagining, that's what artists do, using introspection, using imagination. And I think that there is untapped potential in asking artists to team up with scientists to discover how their brain works. And it's very possible that if you don't make artists feel like intruders in your lab, they could actually contribute with insight.
In the near future, Annese says you'll be able to watch researchers doing work on brains while at the same time seeing art informed by their work. Back to Balboa Park, and Bob Lehman pointed out a new feature of this year's Museum Month. Beginning on February 6th, you can either go online and download your pass, good for up to 4 people, or you can scan this QR code on the paper passes, available at more than 80 libraries throughout the county. Then get ready for whatever museum experience you choose.
What I encourage people to do is make a day of it. So if you're going to go someplace, you're going to go up to Oceanside or go up to the San Diego Botanical Garden in Encinitas, well, plan to go to lunch while you're going to do it, or have a dinner. So just make a day of that adventure and just have fun.
From brains to boats, trains to planes, you can find it all in museums and cultural institutions across San Diego County, and all at a 50% discount during Museum Month 2023. John Carroll, KPBS News.